Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Across the Fence. I'm Jolene Whitney. Valentine's Day is next week, and while a box of chocolates or a bouquet of roses makes for a traditional gift, a homemade dessert is sure to make your sweetheart swoon. When we asked Chef Marco Ayala to rustle up some romantic recipes for Valentine's Day, he outdid himself as usual and brought us 3 choices: a decadent classic, a low-calorie alternative, and a gluten-free option. Don't forget to join us Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Across the Fence. Here's Marco.
Thank you, Jolene. Hi, I'm Marco Ayala, and I'm here to share another recipe with all of you. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and I like Valentine's Day because it's a day that we can really show our appreciation and our love for obviously our significant others, but also to our friends, our family. There is no better way to say I care than cooking or baking, because as all of you know, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of thinking. For this edition, Valentine's edition of In the Kitchen with Across the Fence, I wanted to also make it very inclusive. We have to also remember that there's people out there who have different dietary needs, and I think that they deserve love too. So we are doing 3 desserts this time instead of a whole meal. So let's get started with a gluten-free recipe. And check out this gluten-free sugar cookies. Aren't those super cute? I think that they came out great. So let me tell you how to put them together. To a mixing bowl, you're gonna add 1/4 cup butter, 1/4 cup vegetable oil, and 1 cup sugar. And you're gonna mix it well until it's very fluffy. Then you're gonna add 2 egg yolks, 2 teaspoons vanilla, and about 3 drops red food coloring. This is optional. And continue to mix it until it becomes creamy. Then, to a bowl, you're gonna add 1 3/4 cups all-purpose gluten-free flour and half a teaspoon salt. And gradually add your dry ingredients to your cream mixture. If it looks a little crumbly and dry, you can add up to 3 tablespoons water. Once the dough is ready, you're gonna take it out of the bowl, lightly flour a clean surface, and roll the dough to a little more than 1/4 inch thickness. You're gonna preheat your oven to 350 degrees. With a cookie cutter, cut out the shapes of your choice and transfer them to a cookie sheet that has been lined with parchment paper. And I'm going to tell you a funny story. I could not find my cookie cutters. Well, I took the cap of my martini shaker to cut out the perfect sugar cookies. So you just need to find what you have in the kitchen and make it work. Dust your cookies with colored or sanding sugar if desired, and then bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. And just like that, your cookies are ready. Or if you decided to not use sanding sugar because you wanted to use a little frosting, well, then you want to wait until they're cool so you can put the frosting on. And I really hope you try this because I think it's a great treat if you have a friend or a loved one that has to have a gluten-free diet. Because again, we're making recipes for everyone. So, now that we've got those cookies all ready, let's move on to a favorite for someone who is watching their diet, maybe watching their cholesterol or watching their fat intake. So how about we try some better for you strawberry mini cheesecakes. And these are absolutely delicious. Super easy to make, so let me tell you all about how you can put these together. First, to a bowl, you're gonna add 2/3 cup graham cracker crumbs and 3 tablespoons melted butter. Mix it well and set it aside. Then you're gonna take a muffin pan and you're gonna line it with cupcake liners. To make the filling, to a mixing bowl, you're gonna add 8 ounces low-fat cream cheese, 1 5.3 ounce strawberry Greek yogurt, and 1/4 cup sugar. Then you're gonna take 4 large strawberries and you're gonna place them in a food chopper to make a quick strawberry puree. Add the strawberry puree to the bowl, add half a teaspoon vanilla, and keep mixing it well. Finally, you're gonna add 1 large egg and 1 egg white. And now you're gonna reduce the speed to medium to mix it well. And you can see some of the modifications that we've done to this cheesecake in order to make it low cal. First of all, we're using less sugar than a regular cheesecake. We are also using Greek yogurt, which is better for you because it contains more protein and is lower in sugar than regular yogurt. And finally, we're using cream cheese that is low fat. So all that together makes a huge difference in the number of calories that's in this recipe, but it doesn't really affect the taste. Then you're gonna take your strawberry cheesecake filling and divide it among all the muffin tins. Then you're gonna bake it for about 18 to 20 minutes until the middle is set. And this is not a recipe that once it's out of the oven, I can tell you immediately dig in, because you do want to let them cool and then refrigerate them, ideally an hour, so they're nice and cool. But the wait is gonna be worth it because they're absolutely delicious. They taste just like your full-fledged cheesecake. And at the end of it, we are going to top them with a little bit of whipped cream. You don't necessarily need to use whipped cream. You can also use a fat-free whipped topping that you can find at the store. So possibilities are endless, and this is a great little dessert that I think that your Valentine is really going to enjoy. Now, let's move on to our full sugar, full flavor, full everything recipe for this month. And we are definitely not holding back anything with this dessert. And it is a chocolate strawberry jelly roll. It's a little more complicated than the recipes that I normally make, but it's not impossible. So let me tell you how to put it together. First, you're gonna take 1 box white cake mix and you're gonna prepare it according to the package directions. Mix it well. Now the recipe states that you can take your cake mix, bake it in your regular cake pans, and then once they come out, you're gonna crumble them, and then you're going to repack them onto a jelly roll pan. I decided to use a large cookie sheet that it was lined parchment paper, and it came out as a sheet. So use what you have on hand. If you don't have a jelly roll pan, well, don't let that stop you. Bake your cake at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. Then to a mixing bowl, you're gonna add 1 stick butter at room temperature, 4 ounces cream cheese, 2 cups confectioner's sugar. Then you're gonna take 1.2 ounce bag of freeze-dried strawberries. You're gonna place them in a food processor and pulse them until they're finely ground. Add the ground strawberries to your mixture and you're gonna mix it until it's well combined and fluffy. Remove your cake from the cookie sheet, turn it out onto a piece of parchment paper, and then spread all the filling evenly over the cake. Using the parchment paper to make pressure, roll it tightly into a log. Secure it. Once you're done, you're gonna place it into the freezer. To a heat-proof bowl, you're gonna add 2 pounds chocolate of your choice, dark or milk, and you're gonna set it over a pan of simmering water. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons refined coconut or vegetable oil. Stir the chocolate chips until they start melting and they become smooth, about 6 minutes. Then you're gonna take your jelly roll cake out of the freezer and you're going to carefully pour the chocolate over the cake until it's completely covered. This is one of those moments where do not do what I did, which is try to do this on a separate dish. You want to do it onto the dish that you will be serving it on. I use a cookie sheet that was lined with wrapping plastic because I was going to then neatly move it to a platter, but then it proved that it was going to be messy. So I put it back in the freezer and that made it get hard. so it made it a little harder to cut through, so the chocolate broke. So make sure to do this process onto the platter that you will be using, because then you only chill it. And then the chocolate still remains flexible. However, it came out great. If you look there, look at that swirl right there. You can see all the ingredients, and it's just as tasty. It's a recipe that I think that your significant other, your friends, your family, your neighbors are really going to enjoy, so give it a try. As I said, there's something here for everyone. I'm gonna bring all of our recipes from today here together. As I tell you that, remember that you can connect with Across the Fence. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all this incredible content from Across the Fence right on your phone or your computer. Or you can also subscribe to our Twitter, now known as X, to follow all the tidbits of Across the Fence that we post there. Also remember to check out our webpage, because there's great content there from Across the Fence and from UVM Extension. Plus, you can find the recipes for this month there, as well as the archive that features a ton of recipes that we have made in the past. So check it out. And on that note, happy Valentine's Day again. Make sure to try these recipes, share them with your loved ones, share them with your friends, share them with your significant other, and show them how much you care by baking something for them. As I always say, enjoy your food, enjoy your cooking, and Jolie, I'm gonna have to send you some of these cookies to the studio, because despite the fact that they're gluten-free, they're full flavor.
And my thanks to the crew behind the scenes here at WCAX, who are always a box of chocolates. I'm Jolie Whitney. Have a good one.